Okay guys, here's my 65 Mustang Fastback. I basically just took my last ride in the AOD automatic transmission, which you can see right in here. There's the stock shifter. I'm going to be putting a T5 in it, so I'm hoping that I can put the Hurst boot and everything right there. If I can make a little plate for it, then I will. Didn't like my finger there, but there you go. So that'll come out. That console will have to come out. I'm going to have to pull the steering wheel off and the gauge cluster right there. I'm going to have to pull that out too, because I got to pull out the support brace for the clutch brake pedal. I'm going to put some roller bearings in there, so I got to pull that out. I got a friend of mine that's going to weld in the roller bearings for me. So up in the engine bay, I don't really have to do much. Do have this TV cable here, which goes to the AOD, and it goes up underneath the intake there. So I'll take that out, but this other one is for the throttle, so that'll basically stay where it's at. Now, I'll make some videos as I go along doing this, but these really aren't how-to videos. They're more just kind of like, I don't know what you call them, vlogs, blogs, whatever you call them. But as I go through and put flywheel and clutch and do the dial indication of the bell housing and stuff like that, I'll make some small short videos to kind of show you what I'm doing, but I'm not going to show every nut and bolt that I take off here. So I basically got my T5 there, a couple other boxes. I got my my bell housing, I got my clutch disc, I got, you know, all the little stuff I'm going to need. Plus I got some stuff coming in from Modern Driveline. I'm going to do a hydraulic setup. So the right back in here is where the master cylinder is going to go for the clutch, and then I have an external slave cylinder which will push that clutch fork so you know the clutch will engage. Now I am going to have to pull off this brake right here, the master cylinder and the power boost for that. Then I've also got a proportioning valve right down here, distribution block right there, which is going to have to be moved. So I'll have to do some work in here, which is fine because I wanted to clean this up anyways. When I was putting it together, you just want to get it together. Well, now I'm going to be in there. I'm going to fine tune it and make it look a little bit better. So other than that, the drive shaft should work because I've already got a basically T5 AOD yoke on it, so my drive shaft should just work fine. I've already got the trans mount that goes up on the frame. I've already got that for the AOD, which was a T5 AOD bracket that I got when I put in the AOD. So all that should just bolt right up. I've already got the trans mount bushing, you know, which I think is urethane, so that should just bolt right up. So as far as putting the transmission in, that's really not going to be that difficult. That's just like if you're doing a clutch job. The issue is going to be is I have to get in there, up underneath there, and I got to pull that bracket out for the brake and the clutch pedal so I can get those roller bearings put in, and then I obviously got to put the two pedals back on. Now the brake pedal, as you can see, is a little bit big, so I could have just bought a whole new brake pedal assembly, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to pull that one off and I'll be able to trim it down, and then I'll get some of the low carb pedals for the clutch and for the brake, because I've got the low car set up down here, so I want my clutch pedal obviously to match it. So in here, like I said, I might be pulling off the steering wheel. I don't know if I'll have to take the seats out or not, and then go from there. And I put on that clutch master cylinder. I have to actually drill a pretty big hole, which I don't know if you can see it, but right down there where that wire garment is, right there, right in the center of the screen, right below that's where the master cylinder is going to go. So I got to drill a pretty big hole to go through there. So that's going to be the hardest part of the whole thing. But as far as everything else, it should be pretty well straightforward. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy this little journey.